Hello there, this is Scott, and I'm here to talk today about our upcoming ritual at the UU Church of the Verdugo Hills for Lammas. Some people call it Lunasa, some people call it a harvest festival. It is a grain harvest festival as it's been adopted metaphysically into the modern pagan movement. In our tradition, it is a sacrificial ritual as we recognize the changing of the green of the earth to the gold. And so this has myth to it, and this has metaphor to it, and has less to do with actual grain. There will be some on the altar, and more to do with the maturity that we all experience in our lives on a soul level and a life level, and how that changes over times. And when we do a ritual and we make magic around this, we touch the possibility of something that we have gone through, that we are going through, or that we will go through. So it doesn't matter if our grain is ripe and we're ready to harvest or not. It's not always about our personal journey where we're at. When we participate in the turning of the wheel of the year, we're participating in the magic for the collective, for the whole. So we're sort of participating in the energy of the local harvest. So we might say, what's the local harvest, Scott? It's 90 degrees and it's 50% humidity and no one's harvesting anything right now. Well, there are people harvesting things right now, and we want to give them credit and gratitude for that work that not a lot of people want to do. But also, we're talking about the timing of the season and the changing of the earth and the movement of the stars. And all of these things sort of line up for us, which we'll explain at the ritual. When we do this ritual, when we embrace this magic, when we cast this circle and call the quarters and bring in these divine beings that represent Goddess God, that represents these eternal cycles from which we arise and return, and the parts of us that go through them, we take a concept that really has great influence on our lives, because life is also death. And we ritualize it in magic. We touch this ineffable, sort of mystical part of who we are, and we contain it in what we're doing so that we take a bit of that magic, we get a bit of that knowing, or we add to that magic and knowing and seed something within us so that if we are going through it, we're strengthened. That if we have gone through it and we're not now, we're adding our wisdom from that journey and strengthening it for others, adding to like the current of the wheel of the year for everybody participating. Or we're banking that energy for our future selves as we go through those changes, which we might metaphorically call a harvest or a sacrifice. So the UU ritual at the Verdugo Hills Unitarian Church will be on August 3rd. This will be in the afternoon. From about 2:30 we open the doors, but we start ritual at 3. There will be some introduction for this particular ritual, as there are some interesting mechanics, and I want to sort of cue people into the story about why we're doing Lammas, this harvest festival, in the way that we are. The ritual goes about an hour, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, and we leave space at the end for socializing and sort of noshing on little things before we close the doors at 5. Last time was really powerful. We had lots of people come in and show up. We had a really good group, and I think all of them can attest to the intensity of that circle, which was just a whole other level. I'm smiling because it was great, although it was uncomfortable at first. We balanced that into the heart center. It was much more loving in the end, but it was powerful stuff. So I'm expecting something similar for this ritual. If you'd like to join us, you can sign up at starandstonellc.com. All the information is there in the events section, which is right on the front of the page. You click that, you fill out a Google form. Please fill out the form. If you're going to come, you need to register to attend. After you've registered, I'll send you all the information you need. Our colors for this ritual are going to be black and gold, although green and gold could work too. Ritual attire is not required, but it is encouraged. So even if you don't have the colors, come dressed for your ritual best. It is a beautiful ritual that we're going to do. This is a ritual from the Temple of Witchcraft, which we're performing here in Los Angeles. I will be your host and your guide. I do have a really great co-part who's helping me with the ritual, and I hope to see you there. That's August 3rd, Verdugo Hills in La Cañada, and the registration is at starandstonellc.com. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.